Good evening, everybody. It is Charlie, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone has had a great weekend so far. Just before we get into this evening's stream in a little bit more detail, make sure that you are smashing a like on it. It really does help get the video out there to more people. Please subscribe if you are brand new to the channel and help me reach 3,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Hit the notification bell and, of course, get all of your thoughts and opinions into the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to flash them up on screen. Just a quick word about the sponsor, Josh Firth, amazing football graphic designer, does things like mugs, posters, coasters, things like that, all past and present football graphic designs. Really talented guy and really good at what he does. His links are in the description down below, so go and check him out as well. And yeah, it's time for the last say, guys, where we are going to delve into Leeds United's easy 3 points yesterday at the hands of Rotherham United at Ellen Road. And as I said, guys, make sure you're liking, make sure you're commenting, and more importantly, make sure you are subscribing if you are brand new. There's 12 of you in the building. Good evening to you all. Evening, Jay. How we doing, pal? Always in the building. Kenneth, good morning from Wisconsin. From joining us from Wisconsin. Wow, amazing. Thanks for joining on this fine morning for you. Then it's what time are we? It's nearly 6:05 in the evening over here, mate. I'd love to know what time it is for you in Wisconsin. So yeah, as I say, guys, we're here to discuss the 3-0 win over Rotherham United yesterday afternoon. A result that I feel like everyone was expecting, in all honesty, you know, with Rotherham being dead bottom of the league, no away wins all season, conceded about 30-odd goals. It was always written in the stars that Leeds United were going to win that game. But obviously there was that very small part of me going into the game yesterday thinking, imagine if this is Rotherham's first away win away at Leeds United. But no, it wasn't, and thank God it wasn't as well. After what happened at St Mary's, I mean, that looked like a crazy game between Southampton and Huddersfield. But we're not here to discuss that. We're here to discuss us. So yeah, Jay's saying good morning to Kenneth as well. Kenneth, what time is it in Wisconsin? I really want to know that. I don't know why. I am weird like that. If someone's watching from a different country, I always like to know what time it is. I don't know why. It just interests me. So yeah, let's get into the lineup then, because Kenneth has just come in now with a comment regarding the lineup. Morning, Jay. Gruev is undroppable for me right now, and just crossed noon. Right, so it's early afternoon. Right, fair enough. So then, lineup unchanged from the win over Bristol City. Obviously, Dan James still injured, so Willie Gnonto still taking his place. And as Kenneth has just alluded to there, you know, Ilya Gruev and Glenn Kamara maintaining their midfield partnership, as Ethan Ampadu is still occupying the left centre-back spot in place of the injured Pascal Struijk. Now, it is an interesting topic, isn't it, at the minute, regarding the lineup, because what happens when Pascal comes back? Who gets dropped? You know, now we've got Connor Robertson, so moving forward more long term, does Archie Gray move back into being a midfield option, or does Archie Gray maintain his place at right back? Because I thought Archie Gray was unbelievable yesterday. It's a real tough headache for Daniel Farke, but I'd rather him be having these sorts of headaches than obviously the negative sort of ones. But yeah, like Kenneth said, for me, Ilya Gruev is undroppable at the minute. I feel like his performances at the minute are unbelievable. First few games that we saw him get some minutes, he didn't look great. But recently, you know, since the turn of the year, we've seen a real upturn in his form. I feel like his off the ball work is not spoken about enough. You know, the tackling, the reading of the game, the interceptions, the tackles. I know I've said that already, but you know, his tackling is really good. He He loves a challenge, and I do really think that him and Glenn Kamara really complement each other very well. And you could kind of tell yesterday, the fact that Farker brought Gruev off with quite a bit of the game left once the game was wrapped up, that he obviously has a lot of confidence in him, he trusts him, and he doesn't want to, overdo him, because there are games coming games coming thick and fast. Obviously, Swansea away Tuesday, Plymouth away again in the league on Saturday. So there are games coming all the time at the minute. So it's one of them. But I agree. I agree with what Kenneth is saying. That Gruev at the minute is undroppable. And is that lineup, guys, the best Leeds United starting 11 at the minute? I know there's Dan James to factor into it, but let's say, all right then, let's say all that lineup plus Dan James rather than Nonto. Is that our best 11? Or do people think that we are better when Pascal is at left centre back? Because I think at the minute that is our best 11 plus Dan James. I really do. Even with Nonto there, because Nonto's starting to look good now. For me, that is our best 11 at the moment. And it's a shame that the likes of Joel Perot aren't in there, that Connor Roberts isn't just going straight into the team. Firpo is in the team, and I'm saying it's the best 11. Bamford, for me, this is our best 11 at the minute, and I'd love to get your guys' thoughts on that. See what Jay's saying. Great result yesterday. Yeah, completely agree with that, Jay. Like I say, we didn't need to get out a second gear though, did we? I feel like we completely dominated the game from minute one. They didn't really have a sniff. I think Melier made one or two saves towards the end of the game in the second half that I can remember. But other than that, nothing. They offered nothing throughout the whole game. I felt like we were always on the front foot. We were always looking to score goals. We didn't become complacent, I feel. But once the second goal went in, for me, that was game over. They, they just, like I said, there's nothing really to speak about Rotherham because they didn't do anything. They kind of surrendered to us. They knew they were losing that game going into it. I don't care what anyone says. And all them fans that actually decided to make the trip to Ellen Road, that they all knew. They all knew. I don't care what anyone says. They all knew what was going to happen. Would absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this. Good problem to have, I suppose, but I genuinely think this is going to be tough to navigate for Farker. Yeah. Like I say, mate, I would rather have him having these positive headaches than negative ones. Grove is unreal. Even when Pascal is back, I don't think he gets straight back in, but it gives us another. Yeah, exactly. I don't think Pascal gets straight back in at the minute. You've only got to look at the numbers that Joe Rodon and Ethan Ampadu are putting up together. One goal conceded with them two at centre back this season. One goal, one. I believe that was the one against Preston. Yeah, so that is it. That's some doing, is that? That's really good numbers for this level. It really is. Thought Nonto tracked back really well yesterday as well. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I thought he helped out Archie Gray really well. Ooh, bit of a rogue shout from Warren here. I don't rate Kamara. He loses the ball too easily. Pascal isn't that great neither at moving the ball forward. Interesting. It's a different point of view. I have to disagree on Glenn Kamara. I really rate him. I think he's one of our most underrated signings that we made. I feel like he's so smooth, silky on the ball, smooth operator, cool, calm, collected, really press resistant. But again, everyone sees the game differently, so that's fine. And I kind of get what you mean with Pascal. But like I say, I don't think Pascal gets back in at the minute. I think Ampadu and Joe Rodon are doing a really good job there. Easy Mike, how's it going? How's the leg, brother? I think we have a few best 11s at the moment. You could bring in Pascal, Roberts, James, Perron. We would still be good enough to beat any team in this league. Yep, I agree. And like we say, very good headache for Daniel Farker to have. If buts and maybes, Kamara recently hasn't been what he was. Like maybe he's dropped. Grove can't be dropped. Just his tackles, yeah. Kamara is decent, just not. Yeah, I agree about Kamara. He's maybe not been at the level of what he has been. However, I do still think Glenn Kamara is a very good player, and for me, I wouldn't drop him. I would keep it as it is. But I have a feeling that Farker will put Pascal back in. Just before we get on to Kenneth's comment there, I personally feel that Ampadu and Gruev can't play in that midfield pivot together. I feel like they're both too similar. They're both deep line midfielders, more of like number sixes. Whereas at least with Gruev and Kamara ventures forward a little bit more, like a number 8. And, that's why I feel like they balance each other out really well. Pascal was top 5 in the league for progressive passes in his position before getting injured. Fair enough. Like his sore as fell. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, guys, Mike from All Leeds TV has had an ACL reconstruction. I believe that's what you've had done, Mike. So yeah, send all of your best wishes over to Mike. Guys, there's 17 of you in the building at the minute. Make sure you are smashing a like on it. Share it with your friends, your family, your neighbours, whoever, and help me get more eyes onto the channel. Please subscribe if you are brand new and hit the notification bell. So sorry, guys, I just keep looking at my notes because I have to make notes, otherwise I do forget what I'm on about. So yeah, let's just speak about some standout performers from yesterday. The obvious one and the one that's got the man of the match on the Leeds United socials is obviously Crescencio Somerville. A brace for him, a Panenka penalty, which, the guy must have ice in his veins to attempt that. I know we were 2-0 up, and if he'd have missed it, it wouldn't have had the greatest of impacts. But for me, Somerville is... And again, I'm not just saying this because I've got my Leeds United glasses on, but for me, is arguably the best player in the Championship at the minute. I believe he's scored, 14 or 15 goals, 8 assists. The Championship defences just can't cope with the guy. That. Then you've got Rutter, unbelievable again yesterday. The assist for Somerville's goal, his all-round play, just his ball carrying ability has improved so much this season. It's like the ball just sticks to his feet. You just can't get it off him. The tricks. Sometimes I wish he wouldn't do tricks in certain areas of the pitch, but you've just got to just laugh it off because it's Georgie, and that's what he does. And I love his energy as well. And you've got Nonto starting to find form again, which is really good to see. Bamford finding form. You've got Dan James to come into the mix back from injury. But yesterday, like I say, Joe Rodon and Ethan Ampadu, very good once again. Elia Gruev. My man of the match would have been Somerville as well. I thought he was really good. His goals were both good. I thought his all-round play, his link-up play was very good as well with Rutter and the other attackers. So, yeah, I feel like all in all, it was a positive performance for everyone. But if I had to pick one man of the match, it would have been Somerville. Interested to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Who would your man of the match been? Jay saying, question about the atmosphere, Charlie. Did you find it a bit flat? It was almost like we knew we were going to win, so the crowd just went through the motions. Maybe it was just me. Were you there yesterday, Jay? Actually, that's a good question. Were you there? Obviously, no. If you've watched for a while now, you all know I'm a season ticket holder, so obviously I'm at every home game. But was it flat? I'm not sure. I don't think I really thought about it that much. I feel like there's been a few games this season where it's been a bit flat. More so at the beginning of the season, I feel, when the squad wasn't what it is now, and when we drew with Cardiff, and we drew with West Brom when we obviously got beat by Birmingham away, didn't win. The draw with Sheff Wednesday, although I wasn't at the Sheff Wednesday game, I was on holiday. But yeah, maybe it was a bit more flat than what it usually is. I feel like some of the best atmospheres this season were probably, I think the Middlesbrough game was good atmosphere. The Ipswich one just before Christmas was unreal as well. You know, there has been some good ones, but yeah, I think maybe yesterday, because it was an expected result, maybe it wasn't the liveliest. But obviously, once that Firpo chant got going in the South Stand, I really didn't think that was going to shut up at all. It just kept going on and on and on. I mean, I love it, by the way, and I have it in my head now as I'm talking. I had it in my head all last night as well. Evening all, get fit, mate. Speedy recovery to Mike. And yeah, it is ACL reconstruction. I thought it was, mate. I thought it was. I thought you'd said it in our chat earlier. Agree. Some of the best in the league, yeah. Rutter is like Pablo 2.0. I wouldn't go that far. He's good, but he isn't on Pablo's level yet. But I know what you're getting at. If Roberts goes right back, Archer plays number 8 position, and Kamara goes to the bench. Yeah, again, it's an option. I personally wouldn't do that at this moment in time, but I do get where you're coming from. Is it me, or did team seem much more gelled off the pitch as well? Yeah, that's an amazing point as well, Mike. The team seem united. The fans have got that connection back with this group of players. You know, we've actually got a connection with them. All those players that were rats and just wanted to get out of the club, and most of the team last season I didn't care about. You know, when the news about Sinistera broke the other day, I was just like, yeah, whatever. If Harrison signs for Everton permanently, it's like, yeah, whatever. Adams, whatever. Aronson, Koch, Wober, Llorente, all of them. I don't care. Whereas these group of players are very, very good. And again, loving the team at the minute. Agree on atmosphere. I could typically hear our supporters all the way in Wisconsin through the TV, but yesterday seemed flat. All right, fair enough. I mean, again, I wasn't really thinking about it. Jay was there. He was in the cop, just didn't bounce like you. I'll be honest with you, mate, and this could be a bit of a rogue shout, and I don't want to offend anybody that is in the cop week in, week out. But it's like I watch vlogs from the cop, like from LUFC Lewis, if you guys watch his vlogs. And his vlogs look like the crowd's really lively and stuff. And I'm not saying it's fake, obviously, because it isn't. But they all look lively where he is in cop. But from the South Stand where I am, you can never really hear them. And whenever you look that way, it isn't like you can tell that there's an atmosphere down there or anything like that. And again, I'm biased. I think the South Stand's the best stand in Ellen Road. I think the atmosphere is unreal. The banter's mint. Probably the best stand in the whole country, in my opinion. But yeah, it was a bit flatter than usual when you think about it now, but I didn't really notice it at the time, to be fair. Nice for Cressy to get appreciation from. Yeah, it was a good moment actually when he came on, Warren. It was, and I was buzzing for Charlie to get some minutes, 100%. Calgary calling at 11:20 a.m. here, pal. All right, fair enough. Looking at my notes here. Right, let's just speak about Rotherham, because I've said it about a few teams this season, right? But they are hands down one of the worst teams that have come to Ellen Road this season. I'm thinking Rotherham. I'm thinking Huddersfield. I'm thinking Sheff Wednesday. I'm thinking Birmingham under Rooney. Awful. Even Watford, when they came to Leeds in September, I thought they were shocking on the day. But is it the fact that these teams are just bad and the Championship is bad? Or is it us being good? I think it's a mixture of the two. I feel like those teams that I've just mentioned there are all garbage, and they're all fodder in this league. But then on the other hand, we are just fucking unreal at playing football at the minute. Excuse my French, but we are. And I just want to shout out the Rotherham fans who were all moaning about Bamford's goal. Patrick Bamford honour. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say that it isn't handball. It is. We all know it was handball. And if that was in the Premier League, it would have been chalked off 100%. And rightly so. But it's still pretty funny, isn't it? It is still funny. Like, that is usually something that goes against us. Like, I'll be honest, if I'd have been a Rotherham fan, I'd have been fuming about it as well. And we'd have all been on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, all moaning about it. We would have done. But that doesn't mean it isn't funny to see the Rotherham fans moaning. You know, there's that Rotherham YouTube channel, New York TV, I think it is, or New York Talk or something. You know, they're all moaning about the post-match comments saying that apparently Farker said that the first goal isn't important, it doesn't matter, and they weren't happy with him saying that. But maybe the reason why he's saying that is because were that shocking that even if that goal hadn't have stood, we would have still won the game 2-0. So either way, it doesn't matter, does it? I just found it funny, the celebration where he like lifts his elbow up as well. I just thought it was class. Obviously, all of the Rotherham fans have been crying into their cups of tea this morning. How nice is it that we can have the debate about who should be playing in midfield without realising all we have as a backup is Adam Buddy for sure? Yeah, exactly. It's nice to have a positive debate about who to put in it. Yeah, 100%. Germany watching. Hi mate, loving football again. Bielsa feelings. That is it's funny you should say that, mate. I'll come on to that in just a second. I'm just going to get into a few more comments. The sun never goes down on Leeds fans. All Leeds, aren't we? Rotherham were looking to finish the game with 11 on the pitch. Yeah, they were. That Hugo, I think, fouled Joe Rodon. That was a red card for me. He dived in. There was some other tackles. There was the one on Willing Onto. Borderline if it was in the box or not, but either way, that should have been a free kick at the very least. But yeah. Funny on talks about over there, the Leicester fan. Yeah, again, that's an interesting one because they're sat top of the league, about 11 points clear, plus 40 odd goal difference, and yet they've got fans moaning about their style of play. I wouldn't care if it was the boringest style in the world. If it was winning games every week and I was in their position, I'd be loving life. In the Leeds Empire, the sun never goes down. West Brom earlier this season, a handball goal. They say these types of decisions even themselves out over the year. Yeah, exactly. But again, that had more of an impact on the result of the game because it meant that we didn't win. Whereas this yesterday, even if that goal hadn't have stood, Leeds had won 2-0. So it doesn't really matter, does it? Either way, Leeds were going to win the game. That's the main thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? So guys, there's 27 of you in the building. Really do appreciate all the love and support on this evening's stream. Make sure you are smashing a like on it if you haven't already. It just helps get it out there to more people with the algorithm and shit. Please subscribe if you are brand new. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. I really want to hit that before the end of the season, if possible. And yeah, hit the notification bell. Keep getting your comments in and all that jazz. Now, I just want to touch upon this earlier comment here from Akum Tony 1919. Me and my uncle were actually having this discussion earlier. Went down to see him, and he was saying that he thinks, and I really want to hear your guys' opinions on this because it's an interesting topic. Are Leeds United playing better football now than what we did under Bielsa? Do you prefer to watch this football or Bielsa's team football? Now, before you answer, here's my take on this. Bielsa's football was special. It was magical. It was unbelievable. But he was doing it with players. I think Daniel Farker's squad that he has available now is better than the squad that Bielsa had. That is not me saying that the squad that Bielsa had was bad, because it obviously wasn't. It got us promoted. But if Bielsa had the players that we have now, we would have stormed the Championship even more that season, and we would have definitely consolidated in the Premier League. That is my opinion, right? But do you prefer watching Daniel Farker's football or Bielsa's football? I'll be honest, And yeah, it's recency bias because it's happening now as we speak, but Daniel Farke's style of play is better than Bielsa's style of play, in my opinion. That is not me bad-mouthing Bielsa. I loved Bielsa. I worshipped the ground that the man walked on. I still do for what he did for this club. But he was stubborn. He had one way and one way only. Farke probably does in a way, in terms of formation and system, but Bielsa was man to man. He didn't really care about defending or anything like that. Whereas Daniel Farke has got the best of both. The attacking football is amazing, but he's also got us defensively solid pragmatism. That is all we ever wanted from Bielsa. If Bielsa had have applied some pragmatism, we would have been fine under him. But I just thought it was an interesting topic because, my uncle was basically saying that he prefers to watch Daniel Farke's football, or he thinks that we play better football under Daniel Farke than what we did under Bielsa. Now, don't get me wrong, we had some unbelievable performances under Bielsa, but I feel like we're more consistently good under Daniel Farke. That's just my opinion. Anyway, we have better players now than under Bielsa. Yep, just saying that 100%. Farke taking us on from Marcelo. Exactly. Farke would have took us over at the point that Jesse came in. If it had been Farke rather than Jesse, can you imagine where we'd be now? Oh, I find it hard to compare the two. Bielsa ball was immense and the attack free flowing. Farke ball is more balanced. We look better in the transition. Exactly. Bielsa started us on this stream. He talks to believe and Farke is carrying us on 100%. And like Warren says, we are a lot stronger at the back, 100%. So yeah. And before we end tonight's stream, guys, let's just have a brief look ahead to the Swansea game on Tuesday night. Now, Swansea are coming into this game on the back of a win yesterday, I believe. I'm just going to double check on my phone. Oh, God. Man United beat Aston Villa 2-1. Oh, well. Oh, well. Yeah, so Swansea beat Hull at Hull 1-0 yesterday, which is a good result for them. Hull are chasing the playoffs. So yeah, that is a good result. But we easily dealt with Swansea at Ellen Road. Yeah, they scored that early goal, but we ended up beating them. Was it 3-1? There's a lot of obviously ex-Swansea players in our ranks. Connor Roberts, Joe Rodon, Yo Perot, Dan James. Obviously, we're unsure at the minute whether Dan James will be able to play, but I'm expecting nothing less but a Leeds United win in this one. We have to keep winning because Southampton and Ipswich have both got a game in hand on us. So if we lose on Tuesday and they both win, plus their game in hand, we could find ourselves quite a bit behind then, and it will probably end up being playoffs. But again, if we keep winning, Southampton are away at Bristol City on Tuesday night. I'll just check a Southampton playing that night as well. I mean, sorry, Southampton are away at Bristol City. Who've Ipswich got? Ipswich must play Wednesday. Yeah, Ipswich away at Millwall on Wednesday. Hopefully those are games where Leeds can find themselves in the top two. Because it was so annoying, wasn't it, yesterday? Southampton, they were 2-0 down to Huddersfield. Brought it back to 2-2. Huddersfield then went in front again, 3-2, and then they scored 3 more goals to win it 5-3. You just couldn't have wrote it. Southampton are proving to be a massive problem at the minute, aren't they? But, and this is something that I wanted to mention as well just before we end the stream. I'll just read Jay's comment out first. So Swansea away is never easy, but yep, 100%, yeah. And the last time we played Swansea away in the Championship was when Pablo Hernandez scored that famous goal, which pretty much sealed promotion. So, yeah. But I saw this from Lockie. If you don't know, Lockie features a lot on the Just Joe Football Show with Joe Wayman. I've had the pleasure of being on a stream with him a few times. He tweeted out something yesterday which was spot on about this team and our situation. I am massively guilty of this, like I'm sure a lot of you lot are as well. But I feel like we're all focusing on other teams more than ourselves. And what I mean is, we're on about other teams, but we're not actually in the moment enjoying the football that we're playing. I am enjoying it, but obviously there's the added thing of watching Southampton and Ipswich. But I feel like we kind of need to try our best to forget about the other teams, as difficult as that is, and just focus on ourselves and the amazing football that we're playing under Daniel Farke and the players, the connection that we've got with these players again. We need to start focusing on that rather than other teams. I know we're all going to be looking at Southampton on Tuesday night as well. Of course we are. But just be a little bit more present in the moment. You know, we always look to the future in football. Just enjoy the moment, enjoy the here and now. That's what I say. Let's get some score predictions in for Swansea then. Obviously, I will be doing usually, well, lately I've been doing live streams for the previews, but tomorrow it will have to be a pre-record as I've got a few things on after work tomorrow. So it'll be a pre-recorded match preview tomorrow where I'll be going into detail about what I think will happen in the Swansea game. And that's when I'll be giving my score prediction. But Jay's already said 3-1. I'm of a similar mindset, to be fair, but I'll confirm that with you tomorrow. Pep said once that with Bielsa's team, he couldn't do a thing but give Marcelo Bielsa and Team Bielsa would have won everything. Yeah, exactly. It is difficult to compare the two, but I do feel Fark ball is a little bit better than Bielsa ball in terms of just the pragmatism that's applied to it as well. But yeah, we'll leave it there for this evening, guys. Again, really appreciate everyone that's joined in the chat for this evening's stream. Appreciate you all massively. Make sure you check out the sponsor of the channel, Josh Firth, for all your football graphic design needs. He's the best man for the job. His Instagram, his Etsy store, and everything is in the description, so go check him out as well. Make sure you're smashing a like on this stream, guys, on your way out. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new and hit the notification bell. And if you're watching after the stream ends, make sure you are getting your comments in. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night and your weekend, and I will be back with the match preview tomorrow evening. Enjoy the rest of your night. Cheers.